Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesdays with Eva Medilek. I'm Eva Medilek, and I am coming to you every Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I've decided to call this segment now Wednesdays because of the fact that I hop on every Wednesday and bring you some live coaching. And, my hope is that I am giving you some things that you can implement in your life that will make your life better, that will have you feeling better. So that you can be better and do better and just have a greater impact, not only for yourself, but for others, and really feel good doing it, bringing more joy and happiness. So, I wanted to continue with something I started a few weeks ago, but because of my schedule, just couldn't finish. And that was the energy generating habits for success. Energy generating habits that help you perform your best. And when I mean success, success has different meanings for everyone, but it really is what will bring you joy, what will bring you happiness, what will have you feeling good in your life. That is success right there, in my opinion. And a lot of people actually have success as monetary gain, but mine is more of, a lifestyle that you get to lead that just brings you joy and happiness and have you feeling good. So, still having my morning coffee here. Let me just say hello to a few people who are joining us live. Let's see. We have Nisha, Akadike, Mercy, Anuma, Thomas, Thibault, Spirit Tiffany. Oh, I love that name. There's some names I can't pronounce properly, so I just ask your forgiveness and your patience. Harthokeade, Khalid, Jan Peter, Sonia Toros. Thank you all for joining me here live this morning. So let's get to it, right? When you think of our day and how we set up our day, a lot of us run out of steam and get tired and exhausted. And by the end of the day, we have very little energy left to give to our loved ones, our families, other things that we have to do. And sometimes we run out of steam even in the middle of our workday to where, I used to have this thing like, the workday needs to end at 3 so that I can go home and take a nap and then be re-energized again. For me, a lot of times I would come home from work just so exhausted that I wasn't in a great mood to talk or have any deep, meaningful conversation. And then I would just fall asleep on the couch, right? So, how can we set ourselves up so that we generate energy throughout the day? When you look at a power plant, it doesn't just have energy, it does things to generate energy, whether it's the windmills. Something has to happen to generate that energy. Excuse me. It just doesn't come naturally. So, the last time I talked about this subject, I gave you three, and I'm just going to review them with you today. I actually created postcards to give at my events and clients for clients that have them all on here. So pardon me, the first three I shared with you was to have a morning routine. A morning routine wipes out 20% of stress and brings preparedness for the day. It sets you up to win if you have a regular morning routine. So if you have a regular morning routine, just put a 1 in the chat. You don't have to tell me what it is, but just something that you do every day that sets you up to be prepared for the day. And then we talked about resets. And those resets were like every 50 minutes. For example, if you are working on the computer or on a task or something for your job for an hour, take 2 to 5 minutes to just, stop, breathe, drink some water, close your eyes for a few minutes, a few deep breaths in, just to do a little mini reset for your body and your brain. Oh, I see. Christine has a morning routine. Thanks for sharing that, love. The third one, recharge. By recharge, I mean the food that you eat. You want to eat to fuel and recover. Most of us eat to satisfy hunger. And a lot of times we wait till we're hungry or hangry and then decide to eat. And by then our energy stores are depleted. We may be a little bit cranky. But if you were to eat strategically foods that give you energy, nourish your brain, feed your brain, fuel your brain and your body for the highest level of performance, you will generate the energy that you need to perform your best throughout the day. So here are the other three I want to give you. Reactivate. Now that means movement. Whatever movement that you can do on a daily basis, whether it's working out. Personally, I have a mini trampoline that I just bounce on for 15 minutes as a part of my morning routine. And a lot of times, if I pass the room that the trampoline is in the middle of the day, I'll just jump on it for 1 to 2 minutes. I also chase the dog around the coffee table, but something that has you move and activate. If you live in a house with stairs, run up and down the stairs a couple of times, but you want to get that oxygen flow through your body. So that gives you energy. I actually have a client of mine who, drops and does, what do they call, push-ups. He does about 20 push-ups, in between his calls on the computer. And he always tells me how energized and pumped up he feels after doing that. Number 5, we have rest. And by rest, I mean just to stop. Rest your brain, nourish your brain, with supplements. You know, you've got to be careful what you feed your brain, what you put in your brain on social media, um, what you read. Sometimes the news, sometimes, listen to me, all the time, listening to the news and putting those harrowing stories in our brain is not restful. I catch up on the news a couple times a day, usually in my lunchtime, and I'll put it on, and just the news, what's going on with the war and so many other things. It's just not pleasant, and it doesn't give my brain the rest, but I intentionally rest after that. I will sit here on this couch behind me and just close my eyes, cross my legs for a few minutes, and take 10 deep breaths in, just to release some of that negative energy that comes in from social media, news outlets, could be people in your life, whatever that is. But give yourself a few minutes throughout the day to just take a few deep breaths in and out, close your eyes, and fill it with some positive stuff. There's stuff on YouTube you can listen to that fills it with positivity. The last thing that I want to share with you when it comes to generating energy is recovery. We need to sleep, y'all. We need restful sleep. And most of us are going to bed after watching the news, after watching Netflix, after being on the computer, all of these screens and stuff, right? And we're not getting enough sleep because it takes us a while to fall asleep. You need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep for your body and your brain to fully recover. 7 to 8 hours. There's been studies done all over the place now. Don't be saying, oh, I only need 4 hours. I do well at 5 or 6. That's not giving your brain the recovery time it needs to go through all of the cycles that your brain needs to go through. I don't know them all, but the REM cycle and the this cycle and the that cycle, they're Googleable if you really want to learn about that, for your brain to go through all of those cycles to fully recover from the day. And so here's how you can get restful sleep. All right. I'm going to give you 3 tips for restful sleep. All right. Let me just say hi to Spirit, Sonia, Binti, and Christine. Thanks for joining us. Tomas, Tracy. Hi, everybody. Who else did I miss? Lisa, Annette, Mafanas, Marie, Miso. Wow, you guys are showing up in full force. Thank you. Thank you. So, 3 tips to get a good night's sleep. Y'all should be writing this down. Number 1, no food 3 hours before bed. Number 2, what was number 2? no screens. No, no work. That was it. Number 2 is no work. Stop working 2 hours before bed. And the last one, no screens 1 hour before bed. So no food 3 hours, no work 2 hours, no screens 1 hour. So, stop eating. And if you know you're going to bed, don't hop on the computer to do some last minute work or do that spreadsheet or whatever you're doing, but really give your body enough time to prepare for a good night's sleep. And if you like to read before bed, I would actually encourage you not to read on a tablet, but to have a book made out of paper, maybe, or listen to an audiobook, but you want to give your eyes a break from that blue light. My glasses have my prescription in them, but they are blue light to protect my eyes from the harmful light that comes out of the glasses. So hopefully this was helpful for you on Wisdom Wednesdays. That's the new name I'm calling this show. I do regularly on Wednesdays. Thank you for appreciating the life inspirational lessons. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you next Wednesday at the same time. Enjoy your day. Make sure you really take some of these tips to life, because we kind of grow up with bad habits that don't support us really showing up as our best selves fully. And these are little habits that you can create that aren't a big deal. I'm not asking you to work out for an hour every day to build muscle. I'm really asking you to do things that support your health and well-being so that you're more productive and happy in life. And hopefully that helps. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I will see you all next week. Bye.